Good day, everybody. Welcome back to DCS. We are in Mission Editor, and I'm going to walk through the process of how to set up a bombing formation or a bombing run. So let's go ahead and get our B-17s. So USA, I'm going to call this guy Leader 1. And for the intensive purposes of building out a complete mission, I want them to be flying further away, so I'm gonna set them over here about the edge of London. Let's see here. So we have give them bombs, and what you can do is pick whatever generic paint scheme you want, just whatever you want, but make sure they're all the same so your computer doesn't have to work so hard. You do D-Day, Dolly, or I like to do the 774 generic. All right, so now we have bombs generic. We can make a flight of 3, so these three aircraft should all be the same color now. Come back here. I'm gonna put them at 20,000 feet, so that's where they will start. They'll start at 20,000. Oh, that's 2,000 feet, so 20,000 feet. I'm gonna zoom out, so I am gonna go ahead and say they're gonna target something in Paris. Let's go ahead and add a waypoint. All right, so here, let's go ahead and move this over a little bit. I think I'm going to hit something that's over here. This looks like industry, so I'm going to want them to carpet bomb this area. So here we have our waypoint through Paris. Now let's add another. They're going to fly around. They're going to make a turn. And again, this is nothing in particular special. It's just you can make them turn left, turn right, and make them have a bigger circle if you want, so they can come back. I'm just adding a few extra waypoints because I'm probably going to have them decrease altitude, and they can probably come land over here. All right, so I have my first group of 3. So while we're at it, let's go ahead and say at 8. So let's say 20,000. Let's go 15,000. Let's go to waypoint 9. Let's call it 10,000, and then waypoint 10, we'll call it 5,000. So they can start decreasing altitude, and from there they can, whoever's left can either land or just, at this point, I don't care what happens to them. They can go crash and fly off the map if they want, because at that point in time, more or less, I won't be chasing them, or I could, but generally speaking, it probably won't be chasing them any longer. All right, so let's go ahead and Control C. So copy your bombers, put 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. I'm gonna add a few more over here just for the purpose of demonstrating. So we have Leader 1. Let's go to Advanced. Let's go ahead and delete all of this. Now we're going to add big formation. They are nothing because they are lead. We're going to do javelin down. We're going to do leader, leader, and leader. So this guy, of course, is leader. So that's why I labeled him as such. And we're going to go ahead and add, and we've got formation here. I think that's under set options. Formation, and we're going to go ahead and do bomber element high. And while I'm at it, since I forgot, I will have to just go ahead and make it easy on myself. I'm going to delete these guys because I forgot to set up my advanced waypoints or advanced settings here. So we're also going to add rules of engagement, weapons free. Go ahead and add, actually that's it for the time being. I don't want them to do anything else. And there's nothing else to add. I will add carpet bombing only to this unit, but I will add it at a later time. So there's no more tasks. So again, Control C, Control V, and put 3 aircraft and 2 over here, and then a couple over here. All right, so he's the leader. Let's go ahead and select this guy. So big formation. He will be following Leader 1. Javelin down, leader, leader. Position in group will be, so right high and high squadron are the same So for instance, he's a high squadron. Let's go ahead and put this guy here and say he is right high. He'll be following leader 1 and he will be right high. So that puts them directly over each other, which doesn't help because they, as you spawn in, they will obliterate one another as they will be spawning at the same point in time. So let's go ahead and delete this guy. And again, we will go high squadron. That's where I want him to be. Let's go ahead, high squadron, and then right high and leader 1. All right, so this are the 2 higher squadrons to the leader, and that's really all you can do. I don't want to do left low because that puts them behind. I want to have them in almost one line, if you will. All right, so let's go to this guy. We're going to do left low, and of course he'll be following leader 1. You have to select leader 1 first and then left low. There we go. Click on that guy. Well, he'll be following again leader 1. He will be lower squadron. And we have here again following leader 1, and he will be low squadron and then left low. And I don't want to do right high because that kind of puts them in the back. I want to have one continuous line, if you will. All right, so that is your formation. All right, let's come to this guy, the lead, and we will go ahead and add carpet bombing. Actually, let's delete that real quick. I'm going to zoom out and come over to Paris real quick. All right, now we can add carpet bombing. So that brings the carpet bombing over to here, and we'll say something like start dropping your bombs right here. That should be roughly 1,600 feet. So get that right there, give or take. You want to make sure to go ahead and select weapons or bombs and then go to all. And they should drop all of them. All right, let's come back to our squadron over here. So this guy right here, again, is off in the distance. I probably don't need him, but this is going to be for demonstration purposes. Let's start him out at 30,000 feet. Let's go to waypoint 1 here and make 30,000. So between now and waypoint 1, he should maintain 30,000 feet. Let's come back over to here. Let's add carpet bombing. All right, add. Let's do some carpet bombing. And this is to demonstrate why I start them off at around 20,000 feet. So we have carpet bombing. Zoom in, try to get it on the line so they don't deviate too much. There we go. Okay, so he has his route. All right, so the demonstration is to show that these guys are in formation and what this does for starting at 30,000 feet and bombing Paris. But between now and waypoint 1, which goes through Paris, they are at 30,000 feet. So let's go ahead, save, and let's go check out this formation. All right, let's go ahead and fly. All right, so we have our formation here. They're going to need to adjust a little bit, but generally speaking, they are in a V formation. And again, the AI is not perfect, and some of them, they're already starting to fall out of formation. But yeah, they should be, generally speaking, in a V and a javelin down, and they are still more or less in their line. So they got to adjust a bit as they're flying, and they are en route to Paris. And they've fallen out just a bit, but this is generally how you set up your formation to go fly and bomb. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check out these guys right here. And the reason I set these guys up at 20,000 feet versus 30, let's zoom out here. Let's go over here. We have our bombers. As you can see, they're already at 25,000 feet. So these guys are dropping down. They were much higher, and they are dropping down aggressively. So what this is showing is the fact that if you have them too high and you want them to actually bomb a target, they're going to drop down to roughly 20 to 21,000 feet to accomplish that. So here they are. They're over down at 20,000. They're climbing back up to 21. So they're doing some weird maneuvers to level off now. Versus the other formation in the back is constantly flying at about the same altitude and moving on their way to the target, while these guys are aggressively descending and trying to level off to get on target. All right, so we have these guys. Of course, there's some issues where the AI falls back too far and they just cannot get back into formation, which, you know, I would presume realistically that did happen, where they fell out of formation and became easy targets, and those guys over there still trying to level off. But yeah, they're still more or less in a line, somewhat in a V formation now, but they've fallen out. But the rest of the formation's pretty good. But all right, now that I have this accomplished and demonstrated the formation and why I put them at 20,000 feet versus, say, 25,000 feet or 30,000 feet, is because they drop down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up. In order to speed up, you hit Control Z. Let's speed up to maybe 15 times speed. And these guys are still trying to figure it out, and they're having trouble. There they go. Now they're back on track. And again, also my goal is to add some anti-air batteries, say like around the coast in their route, and probably add them right before they come to Paris to add a little more I guess, drama or dramatic effect. As they fly through, they're taking flak. So here they are approaching. And then these guys are not sure what this group is doing. Maybe they're trying to get back in line for their bombing run. All right, I'm going to slow down. Probably a little too early, but I don't want to miss it. All right, so there we have Paris. So this should be the lead squadron. Let's speed up just a bit. Alright, they have not opened the bomb doors yet. Alright, so they're opening. They should all be opening their bomb doors, bomb bay doors. It appears they are. And once the lead bomber drops, they should all drop. There they go. And again, once the lead bomber drops, they all drop. Even those 3 planes in the back, they will drop. All right, now that they've dropped, let's see. Got a little cloud cover, so let's watch the ground. There you go. And again, with the placement of the carpet bombing, you can adjust that to cover more buildings or adjust your target if you want. I don't know if those guys... See, again, those guys are such out of, I think, formation that I don't even think they dropped. Or maybe they did. Alright, well that's how you set up a bomber formation and have them drop bombs on target. And again, you can set it up however you want. You can have them drop bombs, you know, somewhere off in the grass where you have some pallets of cargo or whatnot. But yeah, well, that is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one.